everyone, and welcome back to another video. Firstly, I want to apologise there was no video last week. I just did not have time to film anything. I didn't have anything planned to film anyway, but then I just didn't have the time to film it. And then I am sorry that this video is going up late. It was a bit of a hectic weekend. So I'm only getting round to sort of filming little bits for it now and then getting it all edited. So this video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be a sort of reception venue tour and a little bit of information about it. So on Saturday, which is when I filmed the clips that you'll see, we hit 7 weeks to go until our wedding, which was incredibly exciting. It was also an exciting day because I went to our reception venue and I paid the balance of our reception, and I got to have a look around and talk to the manager and his wife. We got to run through all the plans, finalise everything, confirm all the details, and it was just so lovely being back there. It had been more than 2 years since I'd been, probably about 2.5 years since we'd been there, obviously with lockdowns and everything. So it was so lovely being back. The venue itself was even nicer than I remembered, helped by the fact that the weather on Saturday was absolutely stunning. If we could have weather like that in 7 weeks' time, I will be very happy. It was absolutely gorgeous. It wasn't too hot, but it was really sunny, really clear. The grounds just looked absolutely amazing, and the venue itself, inside and outside, was just even nicer than I'd been picturing and than I'd remembered, and I felt like I could really see my vision for our wedding coming to life. So I absolutely loved that. Very successful day. I thought before I show you the clips that I took on Saturday, I would just tell you a little bit about our reception venue. So it's called Broughton Crags Hotel. Obviously, if you're from around this area, it will be obvious to you that that means it is in Broughton. If you're not, I will link it in the description so you can check it out. But just a bit of information from their website. So the hotel itself started out not as a hotel. It was built in the 1800s, and then I think it was in the 1970s, if I'm remembering correctly from their website, it was converted into a hotel. So obviously it is a very old building. You can tell that from the outside. You can tell it's sort of all the old brickwork. I love that sort of classic old building look. The current owners, I think, have had it since 2006, I want to say. I'm getting all this information off their website, so I apologise if I'm not remembering it correctly. But yeah, I think they've had it since then. It is family run, so it is them and their family that do everything there. They do only have a small team of staff, which they told us on Saturday, but considering it's only a small team, it is really well run. The grounds look out over the fells, and it is sort of an idyllic Lake District setting. There's sheep in a field behind it. I know there used to be peacocks roaming. I don't know if there is now, but I know at one point there was peacocks on the land as well. You can see way out over the fells and the hills into the distance. When you're there, you feel like there's nothing else around you. It's going to be really nice to have it for our wedding reception, because I think once our guests are there in that setting, it'll feel like they're sort of in our wedding bubble, because you can't really see anything else, which I absolutely love. But I do think it is the perfect mix of sort of classic and modern. It's not old and run down. It does have obviously modern facilities and things like that, and it has been relatively recently refurbished. They're always doing extra work on it and things like that, but it does have that classic old brickwork, old building look. And as you will see in one of the clips, there is 2 chandeliers in the sort of reception entryway that I absolutely love. They look so traditional, so classic, and it is one of my favourite parts of the building. But yeah, let's get on with actually showing you it. As I said, I did film some little clips while I was there on Saturday. It was very quiet at the time we were there. There was just a few guests pottering around, and I didn't really want to draw too much attention to myself by speaking while I was filming, and I also didn't want to look weird in front of the manager and his wife. I'm still a bit awkward filming in front of other people, especially people that I know. Somehow it's easier filming in front of complete strangers that you know you're never going to see again. So I didn't speak while I was filming them, so what I'll do, I will pop a little voiceover over the top with a bit of background music as well, just to show you around. I filmed, I think, pretty much every area in the venue. There's some lounges in the bar area, the actual room that our reception will be in, and then the grounds as well. So I will put that in now. So no better place to start than outside the front door. So this is obviously walking up to the actual venue itself. I love those old-fashioned columns on the outside and all of the vines and everything that you can see on the building. I just love the sort of old-fashioned brickwork of it. And then as we move into the reception area, I just love that it is so light and open. I love, love, love that big chandelier on the ceiling, and that sweeping staircase is just gorgeous. Next, I'm going to take us into one of the reception rooms. So there is two lounges. This is the smaller of the two. Both of them have those big old-fashioned fireplaces and really big windows. The second one is slightly bigger, which I will take you into now. It has a lot more seating, more big windows, so you can see right out onto the grounds. So light and airy. I think this will be so nice for guests to relax in between the meal and the night do, and while we're having photos took. And of course the bar area with some more seating. It does have a really well stocked bar, which is always a plus. And I just absolutely love that there is these little areas for our guests to be able to relax and mingle together throughout the day. Next, we're going to go into the main rooms, which is where our reception and night do will actually be. Obviously at the moment it is just set up for general dining, so we're going to have the big round tables instead of the small square ones. But I love how light and airy it is. One whole side of this room is basically windows, so you've got lots of nice light coming in if it's a sunny day, and there is actually big windows in the ceiling of both parts of the room as well. So it's definitely gonna look very fresh and bright on the day. And then I'm going to show you just a little sneak peek out into the grounds here from the window before we actually go out into the grounds themselves. So this is the little walkway area out into the grounds. How beautiful is all this grass and greenery on such a gorgeous summer day. Lots of seating outside as well, which will be great if it's as sunny as it was on the day that we were there. I just love how far you can see, and it will look beautiful in our photos. I hope you enjoyed those few little clips and that brief tour around our reception venue. I absolutely love it. I can't actually remember when I first discovered it. I know we went years ago for my grandma's birthday. Our family went for a Sunday dinner. It was a big birthday, I can't remember which one, but we all went for a Sunday dinner, and the Sunday dinner was delicious. That is one thing that I am really, really looking forward to on our wedding day, because that was gorgeous. And then we have since been to a wedding there as well, and that all went really smoothly. It was really well run, really well decorated, all the staff were lovely. So we really enjoyed the wedding that we were at there a few years ago. So that obviously encouraged us as well. But I did actually pick up a wedding brochure when I was there all those years ago for my grandma's birthday. We were engaged at the time, but we hadn't even thought about starting to plan the wedding. But I did still pick up a brochure because it was such a lovely venue. And when we started to actually plan the wedding, even though we did look at other places around here, we kept going back to that one, and that is why we ended up booking there. And I am so glad that we did. It was 2018 when we actually booked our wedding reception and set the date. Obviously that has now ended up being 4 years before our actual wedding, which is quite a long time, a lot longer than most people have to wait from booking their venue. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. So it was back in 2018 that we booked it. When we were booking all of our suppliers really for our wedding, I knew that I wanted to keep things as local as possible. I wanted to try and support local businesses and hire local people from our area As much as I'm sure people from further afield are amazing at what they do, I just like being able to support people who are local, especially when they are amazing suppliers anyway. But especially for the venue, I didn't want people to have to travel too far. There's nothing worse than being invited to something and being expected to travel miles and miles and miles and not knowing how you're going to get there. So I wanted to make sure it was somewhere relatively local for that reason. I also really like that Broughton Crags is a family-run business. It's not like a big chain or a big corporation that there's no sort of personal side to it. I think you find with a lot of venues that it's all sort of copy and paste. There isn't a lot of flexibility or a lot of choice. You literally get like options for decor and things like that. I also love that with it being a family-run business, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like pretentious in any way. I find a lot of places that offer their venues for weddings or wedding receptions tend to be a bit snooty, should we say, and can sort of look down on you a bit if they don't agree with your choices or with the kind of wedding that you want to have. And I also think a lot of places charge far too much just because they can get away with it. Broughton Crags is really reasonably priced, and that was a big draw for us. Obviously you don't want to spend more than you have to get good quality, and some places definitely don't offer as good of a quality and charge a lot more, we found when we were researching. So that was a big draw for us as well. The affordability of it for the quality that you get is definitely a big plus point for us. So yeah, one of the main reasons that we actually went on Saturday, as I said, was to pay the balance of the reception, and it is kind of crazy now that it's paid. It feels a lot closer and a lot more real. Obviously I know that it's 7 weeks, it's close, but actually having that paid, obviously it wasn't fun paying out a big amount of money. That is obviously the most expensive part of the wedding. So handing over that much money isn't fun, but it was exciting that it means it's definitely happening now. We never got to this point with our original wedding date. We actually had the meeting booked to go and pay the balance, and I think it was about 5 days before that we ended up postponing because of everything that was going on in the world. So we've never actually got to this point. So now that it's paid, it definitely feels like it's actually happening. I don't feel like anything major could cause any catastrophes now, touch wood. So yeah, that was really fun. As I said, it was also really nice just to be there again and have a look around. I could really picture where I wanted things. My fiance's mum came with me. She's supplying all of our sort of decorative bits, well, mostly, other than the things that I've made. So she wanted to sort of try a chair cover to make sure it would fit and see what length the table runners needed to be and things like that. And I just wanted to be able to show them where I wanted everything. So like we're having a candy cart and then like the guest book table and things like that. I wanted to be able to show them where I wanted all that sort of thing. Luckily, everything that I had planned is going to work for where I wanted it. So everything fits where I wanted it. The things that need plug sockets, there's a plug socket there. So everything is going to be able to look how I wanted it to look. So that made me feel a lot better. We also discussed the timings of when they would be able to get in and set everything up, and luckily they can pretty much go anytime the day before. So that was a big weight off my mind, knowing that everything is going to be done. There's going to be sort of no last minute rushing around the morning of the wedding. I can just sort of relax knowing that they're going to get all that done, and hopefully as long as there's no major issues, everything should be how I'm hoping it'll be. So that's really nice. And we got to have a look in the grounds as well. It is just so gorgeous. I can't wait to have our photos took there. I could sort of picture where we could stand for certain photos that I'm wanting took, and it was really nice just to be able to imagine that happening. It was just really exciting to actually be able to picture our wedding and be in the place where our wedding reception is going to be. It's kind of crazy to think that the next time I'm there we will be married. It will actually be our wedding reception. Yeah, it's just insane to think that. I was actually sort of giddy when we were there, picturing everything. It's the first time I've really been able to sort of picture it all happening without expecting something to go wrong again. So that was really, really nice. I feel a lot more content and a lot happier knowing that everything is confirmed and taken care of and that it should all run smoothly. It's definitely gave me a huge amount of reassurance. That final meeting was one thing that I was nervous about, because obviously there's a lot of things to go over and a lot of things to confirm. So I definitely feel so much better now that that is done and ticked off my list. And it also means that that is almost my March to-do list done. Just one thing left on it now, which is my hair and eyebrow appointment next Saturday. But yeah, everything else for March is done, so I am well ahead of schedule with my to-do lists. So that is really exciting as well. I haven't been ahead of my to-do list for a while, and it's nice that the closer we're getting, I actually feel like I'm more organised rather than getting more stressed. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed that little sort of mini run through of our reception venue. If you're local and you're looking for a venue, definitely check it out. If you're not local and you're looking to come and visit this area, they are a hotel as well. They do just have rooms that you can book to come and stay in, so I will link them down in the description. Definitely go and check them out. The food is delicious and the scenery of where you're at and everything is just gorgeous if you're coming to visit the area. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, I am sorry that it is a few days late, and I will see you again really soon. Next week there will be a weekly vlog coming your way, as I have a bit more going on next week. So don't forget to click that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If this is the first of my videos that you're watching, please do go and check out some of the other ones. If you're here for the wedding planning, which I'm assuming you will be if you've got this far into the video, there's a lot more of those. There's a whole playlist of those, but I have got other playlists, weekly vlogs, travel vlogs. Go and check out anything that might interest you. Please do like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you really soon. Bye.